Hey guys, it's Anna here with a new video, and this time I want to share with you a new card game that I'm testing for the first time. Its name is Chroma Blight. You can download it in Steam. It is really new. It was released on January 28, 2021, so you can start this game. And as far as I know, I saw this game being mentioned in a tweet by Noxious. He, he gave this award to this game as a really free to play game, a really kind game for those people who don't want to spend a lot of money. It says that every card and game mode in this game in Chroma is free, including all future expansions. So you need not to worry about the cost of cards and actually enjoy playing it. So let's see how it behaves. I'm going to play just the tutorial to see how the game is, the basic concepts, so you can start seeing if you like it or not. So let's go. Okay, Giari versus Astromagus, best of one. Okay, so we have cards. This is our hand of cards of the game, our initial hand. Okay, you may decide to keep it or shuffle it back, and then draw another set of 4 cards. Select confirm to keep the current hand of cards. Okay, we have the Whittler. After you play a card, I discard the top card of your opponent's deck. At the start of your opponent's turn, they have to discard a card. Okay. The Egotist Deadly does I deal 1 damage to both heroes. Ready the Vanguard. 2 Vanguard allies enter the story. Choose one. Give them +1/+1 or deadly. Reversing Cruelty. All healing deals damage instead. I may enter your occupied pages. If I do, I destroy the permanent in the page and opposing adjacent permanents. Okay, let's confirm, as the game says. Your turn. Okay. The play area in front of you, I guess is called the story. As you go through the game, you will place permanents in this story. Individual spaces in the story are called pages. There are 7 pages on each side. This is your deck. At the start of each turn, you draw the top card of your deck and add it to your hand. These are the ashes. After a card is played, destroyed, or discarded, it goes into the ashes. You can click on the ashes to view all cards in them. This is the void. Some effects void cards, permanently removing them cards from the game. You can click on the void to view all cards in it. Oh, this is really nice. Yu-Gi-Oh! Here I come. Your maximum hand size is 10 cards, okay? If you draw a card while you have 10 cards in hand, it gets voided instead. So it doesn't get to the ashes or the graveyard or... You know. Your goal is to get the opponent's health to 0. When that happens, you win the game, okay? This is your health, 40, okay? If it drops to 0, you lose the game. This is your mana. Every turn you will get an additional mana orb. You use mana to play cards and active abilities, okay? So, classic mana system. You have a companion in your hand, the Egotist. You can right click cards in your hand to see a bigger version of them. Okay, interesting. Play the Egotist by dragging them into the story and placing them on a page. Okay, so in the middle. Companions can attack on the turn they're played. You're out of mana, blah blah. Okay, so end your turn. Make sure you haven't forgotten to do anything. Opponent's turn. Your turn, they did nothing. Every hero has 3 unique abilities. Okay, I didn't notice that. The primary and secondary abilities are always available to your hero. Use your primary ability to deal damage to your opponents. So primary 2 and 1 cooldown, I guess. Deal 3 damage to your opponent. Secondary, if your opponent have dealt damage to your opponent, if you yourself have dealt damage to your opponent this turn, your companions have +1 attack until the end of turn. Okay, really powerful. ultimate 1N to your cooldown, deal 5 damage to any target. Okay, let's see. I don't know what the N stands for. Let's see. Okay, I click it and it deals 2 damage. This is the place, Hunter. Since the Egotist has now been able to... Oh, what is my cell phone? Since the Egotist has now been in the story for a turn, it can combat stance, they can attack. Stances will be explained soon. Okay. Attack your opponent with the Egotist. To do so, drag your mouse from the Egotist to your opponent's hero. Okay, this can be a little bit confusing for some people, since always heroes always been in the center of the table. End your turn. Okay. The headsman. I may attack other companions that are in the guarded stance. Okay. These companions can attack other companions. When they do, they both take damage equal to their opponent's attack. Okay. Attack with the Egotist to destroy the opposing companion. They will also destroy the Egotist. So the secondary, because I don't know, it didn't do nothing. Okay, so attack. On the left side of the center line, there is a number. This is the act counter. It decreases after a card is played or a turn ends. When it reaches 0, the game will move into the next act at the end of the turn. Games of Chroma go through 3 different acts. You can see which act the game is in by looking at the act indicator in the center or the white center line. Okay. Act 1 has no gameplay changes. Act 2 gives both heroes 2 neutral additional mana, yes. Act 3 unlocks the ultimate ability of both heroes. Ooh. Act 2 and Act 3 each change the game. In Act 2, both heroes gain additional mana, and in Act 3, both heroes gain access to their ultimate ability. MOBAs, here I come. Play the Gore battle standard. Pay attention to the act counters and as you do, so it will decrease by 1. Okay. At the start of your turn, use your primary hero ability. Draw down. Gore battle standard reduces the ability cooldowns of its island adjacent permanence by 1. Okay, so I put it here. The Gore standard is an enchantment. They also enter the story but don't participate in combat. Okay. Enchantments have a span. At the start of your turn, their span decreases by 1, and if it reaches 0, this number, they're destroyed. Seems fair. This is your opponent first barrier. If they will take enough damage to push up to or past 30 health, then they instead take damage up to their first barrier, and the first barrier breaks. Your opponent's first barrier, it breaks at 30 health. Okay. When the first barrier of either hero breaks, the game will move into Act 2 at the end of the turn, regardless of the Act counter. Okay, so it seems that at each health limit you advance in this Act counter, right? The Gore battle standard will break your opponent's first barrier at the start of your turn. End your turn. Okay. So I end your turn. The Bag of Crowns. Luminary Incandescent. Rally. I give target ally component +2/+2 and over 1. So your opponent barrier has been broken by your Gore standard. They play a dangerous companion. Ooh la la. You currently don't have any tools to fight against it, so let's set up for later turns. Play Black Dragon Saint. Black Dragon Saint. Dusk, I deal 3 damage to the character that destroy me. Okay. I play it here. The companions in the story are always in one of 2 stances, the combat stance or the guard stance. Companions are in the combat stance by default. While in the combat stance they can attack and be attacked, as we have already seen. However, companions in the guard stance can't attack or be attacked. This allows you to protect them from opposing companions. You can switch between stances by clicking on the little sword or shield at the top of a companion. Companions can only switch stances once a turn and only if they haven't attacked yet. Switch the Black Dragon Saint into the guarded stance. They will protect it from the opposing companion. Okay, so I click and they are in guard stance. Use your remaining two mana to activate your primary ability. Okay, there it goes. So your opponent's second barrier, it breaks at 15 health. So it's more or less like the Legends rune system. As I notice. So opponent's turn. They hit my face. Okay. Your opponent just play a landmark. Landmarks can't attack and don't have stances, but they can be attacked and take damage. Okay. All companions have taunt. Adjacent enemies may only attack this. Adjacent allies can be attacked. All companions have taunt if your deck contains at least 12 SF. I don't know that. That's what? What's that? You start the game with the first temple in the story. Okay. They're very sturdy. Instead of health, they have plating. You can only deal one damage at a time to plating. To deal 12 damage to plating, you need 12 different damage instances. Whoa, that's tough. Landmarks usually affect both players equally, changing the general playing field while they're in the story. So they are for both players. That seems okay. The landmark your opponent played gives all companions taunt. Companions have to attack other companions with taunt first if they're adjacent to each other. So taunt here doesn't protect everything, it just adjacent stuff. Okay. Okay, adjacency counts diagonals. A companion is adjacent to another companion if it occupies one of the 5 pages surrounding its own page. So this for this one is this 5, and for this is this 5. Okay. Your opponent still has a dangerous companion in play. Let's fix that. Your hand is Prey. Prey is a spell. Spells are one-time use effects and don't enter the story. Okay. Play Prey on the Luminary Incandescent to return the companion to your opponent's hand. Prey, return target opposing permanent to your opponent's hand. A random enchantment in their hand enters the story. Destroy the enchantment. Okay. Okay. Now there isn't a dangerous companion in the story anymore. Switch the Black Dragon Saint into the combat stance. They can't attack yet because they haven't spent a turn in the combat stance. Okay. Play the Will Hunt. Will Hunt. Use your primary hero ability. Okay, so this goes here, right? And I dealt 3 damage. Use. Okay. And your turn. Oh boy. What? Destroy target page. Ultimate. Discard the top card of your deck. You may hover over this ability to view the top card of your deck, not visible to your opponent. Deal 1 damage to a companion. Reduce this by 1 until the end of your next turn. I want to see what they play. Okay, at the start of your turn, the Global Standard was destroyed because its span ran out. Okay, before being destroyed, it dealt 3 damage, breaking your opponent's second barrier. Now that the opponent's second barrier has been broken, the game will move on to Act 3 at the end of the turn. This will unlock the ultimate abilities of both heroes. Play the Insurgent Automaton. This companion has an activated ability. Ability 3 something. 1 cooldown. I deal 3 damage to any target. Okay. Abilities can be activated by clicking on the ability button on the permanent or dragging it to your target. Abilities always describe their mana cost, NAIDB, and cooldown. See, well, that's more or less obvious. A cooldown of 1 means that the ability can be used again next turn. In this case, the ability costs 3 neutral mana, 3N. Neutral mana can be paid with mana can be paid for with any color of mana. Okay, there's a lot of magic stuff here. Use the insurgent automaton's ability to deal 3 damage to your opponent. Okay. Uh, nice. Attack with the Black Dragon Saint. Okay. Use your primary ability. Hunter. Hunter. And your turn. Act 3. Destroy my card. Target companion with 4. Voice target companion with 4 or less health. Okay. Banish it. Your opponent destroy all of your companions, voiding one of them. If a companion with a dust gets voided, their dust doesn't activate. Okay. View which companions get voided by clicking on the void. Okay. Because the game is now in Act 3, you have access to your ultimate ability. Ultimates are powerful and game-changing abilities that may only be used a single time. Use your ability to win the game. So ability. Okay. I want to see what this does. Okay, I guess it just deals damage, right? Okay, interesting stuff. And I think that was the tutorial, right? Ranked. So okay, in game modes we have bot match, casual, ranked, and tutorial. So I guess this game is out of beta. It has already a decent amount of features, and I more or less like the UI. It's really simple, to be fair. Okay, so we have Battle Pass Season 1 application. Buy it. Okay, let's see how much it costs. 15 bucks. Considering I think that's the average value of this kind of game content, but you can also buy it with the game currency. Lol, they have a lot of placeholders here. Okay, cosmetics. I don't have anything. Card backs, loading screens, arenas, others, emotes. Okay, we have 3 emotes here. I don't know what they do. For the battle pass, we have the store. Okay, these are. I guess these are the elements. We have 3 mana or some card backs, some loading screens, and emote. And development art. Okay, I guess that's fair. Patch notes, deck builder. Okay, so we have 4 colors. Breath. We have. Okay, it's over here, I guess. So okay, we exclude. Filter for devotion, it's purple. Insight is blue, ambition is green, and valor is red. Okay. Companions destroyed by me I voided instead. Roll cry sorcery 2, sorcery lol. Look at the top card of your deck, you may place it back or place it in the bottom of your deck instead. Okay, so this is. For some. To start, I really like this way more than Eternal, considering that it has this. Almost the same idea of the. Of colors, mana, and this type of effects. Okay, rally activated after an allied companion sharing a subtype enters the story. Interesting. So it's not battle cry or summon abilities. They need a specific trigger to activate. Standard bearer, lol. Use your primary hero ability. The Headsman Axe. Destroy target companion in the guard stance. Okay, I don't really. I just want to see some of the cards to see the art. It's interesting, to be fair. I like more the Test Legends stuff, but the game system of this game seems really, really nice. I'm curious about how the rewards, how you can get cards uh, in this game. The difficulty to get cards is because I heard that this game is really generous as a free-to-play player. And you have also dual color cards. Force Face, choose one sorcery tree for yourself or for your opponent. This is actually really cool. Red Lion's Claw, give target allied companion attack and health equal to the amount of companions you control. And you also have 3-color stuff. Now the only thing I'm still new to this game, so I need to actually investigate a little bit. So I need to see how you gain a mana for each color. I guess it depends on the cards you play. I don't know, to be fair. Okay, so in lore we have a interesting map. Okay, the points. Scarlet March. City. Whatever's plaguing that place turns everything red. Trees are red, dirt's red, rabbits even, or what's left of ammo. Sometimes you step in something red and wet, you check your boot and hope it's just the water. It's red too, but ain't not turning in the march, so you just keep stepping and hoping until you get out of there. Heroes, Giari, and the cards from this region. Dragon's Beetle, that defiles. Oh lol, is a beetle. Amazing. I love beetles. Broad Wraith. At start of your turn, I double my attack. Luminary, Incandescent Rally. I give target allied companion +2/+2 and overwhelm the ally. Okay, so it has a lot of content, to be fair. I must see the actual stuff here. I need to see how the game behaves, but I think that's content for another video. So I really hope you like this. As you may notice, I'm really new to this game. It's the first time I'm playing it. Of course, I played a tutorial. You saw the main characteristic, the main features of this new title, and I really hope you give this a try. I like to support new ideas in the companies. They often have a lot of value to offer to us players, and I really hope that they succeed and that what I heard is true, that they are really free to play friendly. As always, any comment, any suggestion, any idea, please leave it in a comment in the section below. And I hope that this is the time for you to subscribe to the channel. Please hit that button in below the video, and until next time.